The man is fighting with the demon outside the city wall, who knows that the body of the demon is actually punctured by the sudden sharp thorns that emerge from the ground. With the expansion and rupture of the body, a one-fin demon actually emerges from the body of the finless demon. The one-fin demon has a ferocious look and manages to stun the man and his 3 teammates, and carries them to the underground cave. The first man to wake up is forced by the demon to ask why there is a more intense demonic aura on his human body than on this one-fin demon. The man ignores its nonsense and only wants to counter-kill the demon and rescue his teammates. However, the demon evades the attack and drives the sharp thorns of its claws fiercely through the man's body. At this moment, whose body has been pierced by the demon, thinks to himself, "Very well, he has fallen into the trap. Only in this way can he find an opportunity." It turns out that deliberately allows himself to be punctured by the one-fin demon's body to shorten the distance and limit its movement, creating an opportunity to break through the weakness. Aang's gaze is firmly locked on the fatal weak joint of the demon's shoulder, and with the speed of lightning, he sharply stabs the sharp thorn in his hand into it. Immediately afterwards, his hands are like iron pliers, tightly grasping the demon's arm. Using all his strength, with a sizzle sound, he removes the demon's arm. The one-fin demon whose one arm is removed by Aang instantly lets out a shrill scream. Aang's corner of the mouth reveals a hint of evil and charming smile. "Don't underestimate me, bastard. Just a mere one-fin demon. I have killed countless ones." At this moment, the one-fin demon also lets out an evil smile. The next second, the demon suddenly raises that strong and powerful leg, suddenly lifting up like a surging wave. Its knee with sharp and fierce wind heavily hits Aang's abdomen. Suffering from this sudden heavy blow, Aang instantly widens his eyes, and a mouthful of blood spurts out like an arrow. The body is like a kite with a broken string, being flown away by the demon to 100 meters away, and he hits the stone wall forcibly, making a rumbling loud noise. That solid stone wall is actually hit out of a broken pit, emitting wisps of dust and smoke. The blood slowly spreads down along the stone wall, as if a shocking blood path has been opened on the wall. Aang slides down feebly to the base of the wall, on the verge of death. At this moment, the vines pierce through Aang's body from behind Aang. With a swish, it brings Aang towards the one-fin demon. Just as it reaches the demon in an instant, the vines are instantly fixed, suspending Aang in midair. The one-fin demon grabs Aang's head in one hand. Looking at Aang, who is played within the palm of his hand, he says, "I can't figure you out, forget it." The heavily injured Aang stares at the demon in front of him and pants heavily. At this moment, Aang feels that those vines have passed through his internal organs, and the pain makes it impossible to breathe. Just after the transmigration, is he going to die like this? Out of the corner of his eye, he sees the 3 bound teammates who are still in a coma, and a familiar sense of powerlessness comes instantly. They will also die. Just like the partners around him in the previous life, they will also die beside him. At this moment, guilt, powerlessness, and self-blame, all kinds of pains experienced in the previous life emerge again. "I'm sorry, everyone. Really unwilling. Damn it." Aang hangs in midair and loses consciousness. Dead. The one-fin demon pokes the motionless Aang. What a fragile human being. If I eat him, I should be able to evolve. The demon thinks so and drools. Then let me eat him. The demon opens its bloodthirsty mouth and extends its tongue towards Aang's head. Suddenly, the one-fin demon feels a powerful aura. A voice with an indescribable majesty and sense of oppression actually comes out from Aang's body. You want to eat me?" The one-fin demon is startled by this powerful aura and voice, and instantly retreats to a distance of dozens of meters away. The voice continues, "Alas, you can't die now, otherwise the plan will all be ruined." As soon as the words are finished, the red core on Aang's chest clicks and breaks. The broken core falls off from Aang's chest and drops down clattering. "I didn't expect that my last trace of spirit would need to be used in this place." The voice carries a hint of dissatisfaction and helplessness. The one-fin demon feels a powerful, terrifying aura and is stuck in place and can't move. At this moment, Aang's body begins to emit red light. The demons are shocked by this red light and energy. The ground is cracked by the shock. The energy wave spreads out in circles, and several kilometers around are vibrated by this huge energy. At this time, the emerging white-haired demon looks down like a god on the one-fin demon and says to the humble one-fin demon, "I am the strongest existence of the only 8-fin red core, your king." 8 fins, our king. The one-fin died. Paul is running fast, leaping over one obstacle after another with a vigorous figure. Suddenly, his gaze freezes. 2 finless demons appear in Hall's field of vision. In just an instant, Hall flashes behind the finless demons like a gust of wind. Like a hammer, he smashes one of the finless demons away with a punch. Then, he jumps into the air, builds up power with his leg, and slams down on the demon fiercely like Mount Tai. With this kick, the rocks on the surface of the ground break instantly, and the demon directly sinks into the crushed stones and loses its breath. Hall looks at the demon's body in front of him, rubs his wrist, and inspects around. There are only 2 finless demons in this area, and there is no trace of other fin demons. It seems that the children are not here, and he has to continue to look for them. Hall looks up at the sky. They must be found before sunset. Looking at the setting sun that is about to set on the horizon, Hall ponders where to start. At this time, a loud rumbling sound comes from behind. One after another powerful energy waves continue to spread. Hall is shocked by this dazzling red light and energy. What kind of energy fluctuation is this? He looks in the direction from which the sound comes. Is it over there? As the smoke clears, a huge deep pit appears on the ground in the distance. At this moment, the white-haired demon puts away its wings and lands in front of the one-fin demon who is kneeling on the ground. I didn't expect that even after coming out. It is still a place without daylight. The 8-fin demon rubs its neck and looks down at the one-fin demon and says, "Answer my question. Since I disappeared, are there still the same 5 kings with the king fins that exist now?" "Yes, it's those 5 kings. It's still the 5 king fins. It hasn't changed." The one-fin demon dare not look up and answers nervously and fearfully. "It seems that they give that, if I want to appear again, perhaps only when I am completely awakened," the 8-fin demon says as it strokes its chin. "This really tests my patience. I have to wait for this strongest warrior to gradually realize the memory of the fins step by step." The so-called memory of the fins is used during evolution. The fins, the obvious protrusions on the demon's body, determine the level. And the more the number, the higher the level. The 8-fin demon turns around and walks backwards, continues to say, "For our dark race to grow new fins, that is, to evolve, we need the memory of the fins, which is our unique ability of the race, and also the reason why our strength always surpasses that of other races. This human warrior named Ong is now like you. Only you need to devour the dark race of the same level to evolve. And he needs to take over the dark race higher than his current level to realize the memory of the fins, and then evolve." When it comes to this, the 8-fin demon stops. This can also be regarded as a gift I gave him. At this moment, the one-fin demon kneeling on the ground seems to see the hope of letting the white-haired demon spare his life, and looks up and shouts loudly, "King, support you. The little one uses everything to help you and become your right-hand man. Help you wake up." However, the 8-fin demon scorns with a smile and gently says 4 words in its mouth, "You don't deserve it." Subsequently, the 8-fin demon gently crooks its finger, only to see the body of the one-fin demon begin to decompose into fragments and slowly be absorbed into the body of the white-haired demon. Your only value is just to happen to become the memory of this human warrior waking up one fin. Human warrior, I have laid the first step for you. Don't disappoint me in the subsequent upgrades. I need you to wake up step by step to the 8 fins. At this moment, the white-haired demon begins to disappear, and Aang's body gradually begins to show its original appearance. At that time, I will wake up and return from the deep sleep. After the white-haired demon finishes speaking, the last trace of shadow also disappears. A red light chain integrates into Aang's body from the core interface on Aang's chest. Aang slowly droops and squats on the ground, and the red core on the chest also returns to its original appearance. The white-haired demon integrates into Aang's body and falls into a deep sleep. At this moment, Aang feels that there are countless hands reaching towards him in the darkness. He sees his comrade fall in a pool of blood, muttering, "King, I still don't want to die. She is still waiting for me to go back." Aang lies on the ground not far away and uses all his strength to say, "You won't die. I will take you out." He trembles and reaches out his hand towards the dying comrade. Suddenly, the comrade's hand snaps and grabs Aang's hand. The next second, a terrifying face appears in front of Aang's eyes, contorting and saying, "But we are all dead. Why are you still alive?" Seeing this terrifying scene, Aang opens his eyes sharply and sits up in surprise. After calming down, he finds that everything is just a dream. Not only a dream, but also his memory from 60 years ago. Aang. At this time, the partition curtain beside the hospital bed is pulled open, and Snow's voice sounds. Finally awake, Aang looks up and sees that his 3 teammates appear lively in front of him. Seeing Ang wake up, they show a happy expression. Before Ang can speak, Todoro suddenly comes close and almost sticks to Ang's face. However, why has her hair changed? Todoro stares at Ang and says, "Did the demon specifically take you to get a dip dye? The distance is so close." Ang, who was made flustered by this sudden approach, stammers, "Where are you talking nonsense? Wait, do you three guys are okay?" Ang remembers that they were taken to the cave by the one-fin demon and their lives were hanging by a thread, but now the teammates are lively as if nothing had happened. "We are all okay," Snow replies. At this time, a man's voice comes from behind the curtain. "It seems that you still remember something." As the curtain is pulled open, Paul, Joel, and Jer, the three captains, appear in Ang's sight. It turns out that they are worried about Ang's situation and have been waiting in the ward for Ang to wake up. Paul stands in front of the bed and looks at Ang sitting on the bed and says, "Tell us what happened in the cave."